Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6, and as you can probably see, I'm on the West Coast Main Line, Birmingham to Crewe line again. I'm going to be on foot, starting in Birmingham New Street, 10 AM start, and there is a reason for that, which will become clear as long as it works. I intend to be the passenger on a specific train that's due to leave Birmingham New Street at 10:11. Goes all the way up to Crewe. It's one that I'm almost positive loads in. Hopefully it will load in, because I've just tried doing it at Crewe with the other special service, which didn't want to load in when I was on foot. Whereas when I've been on foot starting at Stafford, this particular service has loaded in, so I'm hoping it works. With a bit of luck, I should be able to find out what platform it's going on by going into the map and then looking at each individual platform line, because that will give me a rough idea of what services are going where. So, we're on platform 4, I'm going to guess. 6. Platform 6. I go into the map. Zoom in. I don't think it'll be the ones that are at the bottom. Somehow. Right, what I want is to have a look. That one is Cross City Line. So is that one. That one is... no, it's 10, 11, and it would be up to... yeah, I don't want that. That's not the one I want. Edinburgh... no. Crewe 1020. Let's go up here again. It's not showing. Just move the mouse key around and I can look better. Euston, Birmingham, Euston, Bournemouth, Westwell, Bristol, Russell, Bournemouth, Exeter St Davids, Birmingham, Shrewsbury, Euston, Birmingham, Shrewsbury, Euston, Southampton, Wolverhampton, Reading, Birmingham, Euston, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Crewe, Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester, Piccadilly, but not the one I'm looking for. Wolverhampton, Crewe. Crewe, Liverpool, Glasgow Central, Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Manchester, Piccadilly, Liverpool, Plymouth, Birmingham, Newcastle, Wolverhampton. Edinburgh, Southampton Central, Glasgow Central, Edinburgh, Birmingham, Euston. That goes to Glasgow Central. None of those. One in 29 maybe? I know it's got to go to Manchester. I need a bit more real. What's that? AI train leaves at 5. That's the Redditch service. Which would be going back down there, because that's the cross city line. Goes all the way down to 5 Ways. So there's a Lichfield Trent Valley service also in the platform, which is there. It's not even loading up here. There's the Voyager service, which calls at... Wait for it to let me know. It'll be going in a second anyway. Project. Bye bye. Rescue Central, next service Derby, so it's going opposite direction. That'll be going through Tamworth. I've not looked at for any of the collectibles around New Street. I was hoping that where can I hop to? Cross City. Is there a chance of any other routes? Yeah, cross city line. Okay, you can actually route hop. Only disadvantage to this, it's not realistic when you come up here. I'm going to go to the furthest platform that I can. I'm looking for different collectibles while I'm waiting for a train to the north. That one's going London Euston, which is Pendolino, which I don't want, because that'll take me out of playable area. What I'm doing is looking for collectibles, things like the APT model and whatnot. I could go into camera mode. That would be quite good. Get some screenshots of the trains in the station. Bit dark, but screenshots of these. That's what I want. I want to get there. I want to ride that. Okay, I know where it is now. It's just... Is it pulling in or is it pulling out? Please just be pulling in. Please just be pulling in. Please just be pulling in. Do not get in my way, Voyager. Out the way, out the way, out the way. Please do not be leaving yet. It's not leaving. I can go up the ramp. was a bit naughty running across the track, but it's down this one. Yes! I can ride it. Right, I'm going to go to the far end. This one's going to Crewe. All aboard tours, service formed at 10 coaches. I'm going to go to the brake van. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to the front first. That's something I want to do. Actually, yeah. Go to the front, then I'll get in the front end. Because I know AI won't have done it. I'm glad this has loaded. Because the southbound version... Oh, it started snowing by the look of it. No, it's not. It's just cold. There we go. Jubilee. South Australia. It hasn't got any lamps. Sorry, but you have to have lamps. Hello. No crew on board yet. What I'm going to do is climb up. No, I'm not climbing down. I want to shut the door. And then open the window. And I'm trapped. Until I do that. Right. I do like when you get... Make sure all the lights are on. Because we're going through tunnels. Just do a brake test. And open the window. Because I'll be sitting in here most of the journey. And now I'm just going to make sure everyone's comfortable and open up all the doors so that people can walk through. Unlike on modern trains, doors don't automatically shut. So I can open up all the doors. So that people can walk through. Quite a nice light. It's real. It is realistic to how they are. I'm having to stop short so that the doors that swing in can be opened. But we're going to ride behind Jubilee, which isn't moving yet. It's just parallax into the first class sections. Hello. First class at the London end of the train. We're moving closer to that. There's the Voyager. This leaves into... Ooh, there's the back. Okay, so there isn't actually a rear guard section. But there are lights. I need to check if there's a rear light. So open the door. No, there isn't. I'll put one on there. No. There we go. It's now a full train. close the door, please. Can I close the door? Can I close the door from there? Yes. Put the window back up and head back to Guard's End. Three first-class coaches, and then we're through into the tourist second opens, which is just walk straight the way through. And nearly at my coach, which is here, which is the break. Third. And sit down. That's the coach that is at the back, with a Class 220 sitting next to me, but there's the steam engine at the front, with my coach directly behind it. Let's get a screenshot. Okay, it's got the clock on, but that looks quite cool. If I go over to this platform and that makes a nice photo. What's the... Can I get a cool shot like that? Yeah, that works. And now one as though I'm on the platform. And then looking across at the Pendolino. There's Selfridges with its... No, that's Grand Central, the shopping centre that... How much of that can I actually see if I go up? Okay. They've not done too bad with this modelling. Don't know whether you can see the tram stop at the bottom on New Street itself. No, it doesn't let you. What about going the other end of the station? I'm doing it paused so I don't miss the train going. But I can have a quick look around, see what's been modelled. That's a close bit. What's it sitting like that for? Okay, so... Rotunda. That's not modelled very well. Just goes into nothing. I don't normally expect you to look like this. Okay. The trams are down there, in reality. And then go up that way, and up that way. But that's not been modelled. It saves detail, but they could have modelled it. Signals. Let's go back to that view. Should be going soon. Well, I'm just going to use free cam number 8. Oil patch. Can have a look at some of the detail around the station. We've got... Oh, we're going. Or we should be going. I just want to see it go. Why is that flashing?
Service to Railtour. Calling at Firehouse, University, Seria, Birmingham, Kingsford, Northfield.
That's weird. Never known the lights to flash. It's quite bright. Where's the display saying what time that goes? Oh! Now I'm stuck. How did that happen? What the heck? I'm stuck inside. There. There's a class 2, the class 170, which is not in service. There's a Voyager. There's my service with the doors open. Now, I was looking for the time for when this Glasgow Central train goes, and it just kicked me through the route. Don't do it again, please. It's done it again.
Platform 11 for the 10:15 West Midlands.
It's not letting me leave. What is up with it? I have to go all the way round. Ooh. The ticket barriers for there. Doors have shut, so mine will be going soon. I'm not going to try looking at the timing now, unless I go into map. This one is... That's due 10:15. That's the one I'm on, I believe. That's due 10:15. Okay, that one should have gone. It has gone now. There's a train coming in. which is a class 323 it should be. No, it looks like a 170. It is a 170. 170/6. Okay, when are we going? 3/4 of a minute. My door can't be opened. I like the way that I can open the windows and they stay open. Could be really cheeky. What are the couplings like in between? Are they the knuckle or are they? Yes, they are. Okay. That's a good sort of photo, isn't it? With the light like that. Got, oh, it should be going any time. That's the... Is the signal still red? Yes. Off we go. Signal's currently still red. So it'll be stopping. Or it should be. Don't pass a signal. Don't do a spad. Seeing as I'm in... Oh, I can get creative here. Go... That's a view you can't normally get. Where's that 350 going? Doesn't say. It's on one of the bay platforms. Let's have a look at the display. 4C. Wolverhampton. 10:42. It's just arriving. As that one's leaving. That one's just arrived. And we're waiting for the signal. Okay. Let's go back into first person. Need the lights on while we're in the tunnel. Do a brake check. There goes that one. Open that window. That's quite a cool shot. I wish I could turn the bit saying window off. That's a thought. Can I turn HUD off while I'm just acting as player assist? Oh, HUD and gameplay. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn all these off at the moment. Da, 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 da. Just like having that by preference. I'll turn all them off. General. Turn notifications off. Turn all those off at the moment. Just want to turn off the heads-up display. Don't need to worry about that or that. Advanced settings. That's all to do with graphics. See, no, clock's still on, which is annoying. Right, back in the seat. Where's the lamp gone? It's taken the lamp off. Have we got a green signal yet? No, still got yellow. Still got red. This is a bit of a delayed departure. It's already been 2 minutes from when it's supposed to depart. Would love to know why the lamp's been taken off on the rear of the train. We're going to get clearance. Come on, Mr. Signalman. We need to be on our way. Can I go into this mode and go to the end of the train without phasing up into the roof again and put the lamp back on? Another one with flashing lights.
Platform 4 for the 10:21 London North Western Railway service to Birmingham
There. It's a complete train with a lamp. Don't take it off again. Needs to be on. Come on, when are we going? Sitting at this signal for a long time. Surely we should have been on our way by now. Technically, that is past the signal. Anything else coming down that's blocking the way? Because we've got to go up through this tunnel. That's green. So we should get a green signal. Can I find the signal phone thing? Oh, it's opened the doors again. Why has it done that? Why have they done the doors again? Don't jump, don't jump. Lamp's still on, at least. I'll stay this point until the doors close. That back so it's able to be coupled up to a normal engine rather than just something with a knuckle coupler. Yeah, next train's due in at 10:29. This should have gone. Why is it not moving? Let's go into map. There's a train coming in there, which is coming off the Cross City line. There's one that's just going through the tunnel, so we've got to wait until that's cleared section. That's now going, which is annoying. Where's that going? We've got a yellow. We can move. Back up to this end. This is going to be interesting. Oh, that's going down along the Cross City line. So that takes the left-hand-most tunnel, and we go across to the right-hand tunnel. Like this. Go back to this view. Yes, the lamp's still on. Good. Fireman leaning out. Checking the road's clear. I do like the way that the loco crew are actually animated on this. There's a train coming through and I can't see what because it's too dark. There's 350. Let's go into my bit because I can see inside. I could be really cheeky and open that. That would be locked in real life. Hello folks. Welcome aboard this heavily delayed service to Liverpool Lime Street. I'm only on till Crewe. I don't know how long this bit of tunnel is. I can't tell without being in the cab. It's pitch black out there. Something else you can do with this that you can't do in real life. Let's open the window. I forgot I turned all those off. I can do that. Oh, it won't let me. It's actually locked. Might open? No, it's locked. Good. Oh, something's frozen. Could be really nasty, and there's another train. Oh, we're out of the tunnel, so I can wait a little bit for the whole train to get out. Which means I need to sit down again. Come on, let me sit down. There we go. Back end's out. Zoom in. Lights off. Come on, where's mine? Oh, there it is. I was looking at the wrong place. There we go, my lights are off. The rest of the train lights should now be off as well. Yes. Enjoy your ride. I can go back into that view and see us steaming alongside the canal. Go through all the various stations and finish at Crewe. That's nice. All the greenery growing over the closed portals of that bridge. Zoom out a little bit. I don't know why it does. Closed station. I've ridden this line quite a few times when going to Wales. There's Soho Depot. As I said, I've ridden this line quite a few times going to Wales. And I've genuinely forgotten names of some of the stations. I know there's Sandwell and Dudley. There's a junction one, which I can't remember. It's a why'd that do that again? It's an over-under, high level, low level. Oop, Voyager, go into the tender space. And then pull out. Footbridge. This service shouldn't stop at any of the stations, apart from maybe Wolverhampton and Crewe. Got yellow. So we're following the train. And my laptop doesn't like that. Something's loading in that's using a lot of memory. Once we get past the why are you doing that's better. Once we get to that junction, or the high level, low level station, still got yellows, which I believe is this one. Let's have a look. Go into photo mode. No, this is a road. But that makes a brilliant sort of photo. Stop moving too fast. Let's zoom in without moving the camera position. I'm going to change the time of day. Oh, that looks nice. Fiery sky. That's a nice shot. What's off that way? There's the junction things, so how far along here until we get to it's locked up. How far until we get to that junction? There it is. And the high level, low level station is just here. I'm sticking it with evening light at the moment. I want to look at the name of the station, because I can't remember it. It's not that. One thing I do need to do, because it'll go back to normal speed. I hit the wrong button. I hit B instead of Y. I'll have a look at the station when we get to it. That way I can remember what the name is. I can also get another screenshot of us going through the station. Ooh, nice bit of road right alongside. There's the junction, which when you're riding the trains you don't actually notice. You just hear a dun 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 as you go over it. Right. And whatever that is. Okay, why have I gone in here? Go into photo mode. Photo mode underground, not good. Won't let me come out. Come on, let me come out from underground, please. Thank you. There's the double station. High level, low level. It is Smethwick Golden Bridge. There's the canal. Through the... Now that is gorgeous. Even without a training shot, that's a gorgeous image. Whereas, for us to look, we have to go up to this window, and we're not able to see the train. Even there you can't quite see it because it's not in shot yet. We're on the high level at the moment. Go down to low level. Can I zoom in enough? Have it appear in... Oh. Zoom out again. Just so I can get it centered. And then depth of field, bring it into shot. Need to zoom out a teensy. Will you stop bouncing? That's better. That's better. It's a long shot, long zoomed shot. Something I do when we've got trains coming through Atherstone Station. Take long zoomed shots. Don't know why it's put me in this view. Are we now in? Put that back to where it's supposed to be. It's nearly in the station. my camera is all over the place. It won't let me come out. What's up with this? Why is the camera underground? Thank you. Silly thing. At the end of the platform. Let's make it a... That sort of works. Just makes it more interesting. Now we're in the station. I want a shot in the station. And it's locked up. Once again, can I go out through this way? Will it let me go out through the canal? Come on, let me out. It's annoying. It won't let me leave this underground section for some reason. There we go. Camera down low. Station behind. And now change the time of day. Just makes it more atmospheric. Can I go back into that view now? Yes, thank you. Just makes getting screenshots easier. Because I can double click and it'll appear without being underground. Hopefully. So we've gone through Smethwick Galton Bridge. There's Dudley. Dudley Port. There's the M40, I think. Oh, a little bit of locking up. Oh, that's cool. Supports of the motorway bridge as it goes over the canal. Not really something you notice from on the train. Here's the next station, which I will look at the name of, rather than get a screenshot. Doing that, I can just get the name of Sandwell and Dudley. Ooh, with the sun like that, it's quite an interesting view. Really interesting. Get a screenshot. Come on, screenshot. Do the clicky sound. You gonna work? Or are you just gonna be annoying? There we go. Now that's saved, I will continue the journey. And my laptop doesn't like it. Something's loading in. Don't know what. I like this viewpoint because I can see what's going on around me while I'm acting as a passenger or a guard. I could pretend to do the guard role and just go along the train and pretend to check tickets. That would also mean I'd miss different stations and seeing all the structures and whatnot. So I've not actually done this section of the route yet. I mean, I've done the Stafford, Crewe to Wolverhampton bit. That's the first bit I drove. I've not done Birmingham to Wolverhampton in-game. So once we've done the bit to Wolverhampton, which should include the bit where we go over the West Midlands Metro at Wolverhampton. I forgot about that. Can I get over there? No, I can be on the boat. Sitting on the... Can that work as a shot? That is a good shot. I can't really go any further back. But can I get... Let me see if I can advance time a little bit, just to get the loco behind the trees. You stop bouncing the camera around like that, please. Stop it! Can I reverse time? No, that does not reverse time. Why are the doors wide open? Okay. Hadn't noticed that. The doors are open. The doors are all open. Why? Which station's this? Let's do the same. And... pause. Dudleyport. With the sun up there, makes it a bit more difficult. I can move the time so the sun's in a better place. Like that. What's inside? Can I get in there? There's the... Oh, there's a route map thing there. There's an AED there. There's newspapers there. There's a robot there. There's a brick wall there. What about in this waiting shelter? No. Okay. Interesting to note where all those bits are. Change the time back to 11 o'clock. And screenshot with the door open. Don't know why the doors are open. Maybe I should go and close them. Whoa, I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to... Can I do it? No, I can't close the doors. I'm not gonna jump out. That's scary. Okay, everyone, please stay sitting down. The doors are wide open. And I can't close them while the train's moving. So the door's got to stay open until Wolverhampton. I'll go to the back of the train and find a nice comfy seat. While we go around... Oh, is that another station? I can fly out through the door. Yes, that is another station. Which station is this? Tipton! Okay, I'm through Tipton. It's where my dad grew up. Which is why I pronounce it Tipton and not Tipton. I'll try and get through there without falling out the door. It's scary having the doors wide open. Doesn't let you close. No, doesn't let you close the doors when it's moving. One thing I can do while it's moving, which is quite funny, when I get to the back of this coach. Aha! Look out the back. Also, I do not want to fall out, so... No, I'm going to leave that open. I go into this first class section. Hello, I'm just going to come and sit down next to you. And... now that I'm at the other end... can I... zoom in enough that I can... It won't even let me close them from this view. Normally it would. I can do the windows. Which station's this? Cosley. Nearly at Wolverhampton. It'll let me open the windows, but it will not let me shut the doors. That's mad. We've been going at probably 60 miles an hour with the doors wide open. That is insanity. Well, it's happened in real life. The doors opened on a Railtour, which is why all stock now has to have central door locking. There's the motorway again. think that's the M6. We're now getting close to countryside. Close. Oh, there's a 350. Close to the countryside, but not quite at the countryside. Let's go and close that door, because it really does not look right. That door should not be open. Engaged. That's why it won't open. It's a pity, but all I can do with this is move like that and I'm not hanging out the window on an open door. Okay. Interesting. Why are you not letting me go back to where I was? There we go. You can actually have a head-out view. Where are we now? Near Wolverhampton, I think. Let's have a little look. Take that off. Just... yeah, there's Wolverhampton still. That's what this line is. It's the steelworks. I believe. Let's just check. Having it paused while I do this just means I can do this without missing anything alongside the line. Ooh. Never seen this in real life. I've seen the junction. There's where it goes underneath and is now an end. It's just a head shunt. It would originally have gone further and round into all that lot. And then there's sidings up here. Won't go any further. Okay. Interesting. We're nearly at Wolverhampton anyway. Hopefully we stop in there and we can get these doors closed. Looks like we're slowing down. I would love to know why the doors are wide open. There's the road that the trams go along, I believe. We've got a red signal. I've got a little patch that I'm going to put in before next video where UK signals, instead of being washed out like this, will be realistic in how they look. Unfortunately, it's not something that works on console, it's just PC. but it'll make the signals look more real. That's a good shot. Look at the signal, it's still red. Can I get to the station quickly? Ooh, there's a class 170 that I'm going to skim past. If I get the Cardiff City Network route, I can have Arriva Trains Wales class 158s coming along this route as another layer. Which is some... okay. It's locked up. It's something that I'd like to do. Have the 158s simulating the Cambrian and North Wales jet. There's the road that... yeah. It's the road the trams go along. And there's the reason we're stopped. Class 350. What's the reason that's stopped? As we go past, that's where Wolverhampton low level went. The Great Western Station was just there. Where Royal Mail Depot is now. That's where the Great Western Station was. Or Wolverhampton low level. Why have you spun round over there? I want to see why the class 350 is not moving. That's the one that came out when we were due to leave. There's nothing in the station. So why is that not working? Am I going to have to do what I did with the that's the southbound platform normally, so Euston, Birmingham, Euston, Birmingham, Euston, Birmingham. That's going south. Bournemouth, Birmingham, Euston, Exeter, Euston, Birmingham, Bournemouth. Okay. Oh, it's coming in. So we should be moving forward. Yep, we are. There's that one.
Calling at Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry,
Wonder which platform I'll be going into with my service that I'm riding. Will it be 1 or 2? 1 or 2? I didn't mean to be like a optician then. I just felt like being silly. Okay, that's 350-125. Should really have the destination on it.
Platform 1 for the 10:41 London North Western Railway service to Crewe, calling at Stafford, Stone, Stoke-on-Trent, Kidsgrove, Ulsager, and Crewe.
That was the Stoke route to get to Crewe. Is there a board? There. Liverpool Lime Street. 10:54, so that's not us. We're going over a junction because my controller's just vibrated. Oh, we are. We're waiting at... Oh no, it is coming into this platform, so these carriage doors are going to stay open. Go into this view. Camera view. And show you. Gives a good screenshot thing of the train coming in. Because I can be... I can be on this platform. This platform. Nothing blocking the view there. That's gorgeous. Look at the weathering on it. There we go. Still got the doors open, and they'll still be open when we've pulled out. Unless I go along and shut them all. Can I change the time to make it even more? Gorgeous sunlight. That works as well. Brings out the green. And then an hour later, start a golden hour. Not as good that hour. Okay, let's have the train come in. And I'm going to use this camera mode, and I'm going to close the doors. It shouldn't have been going with all the doors wide open. So I need to go probably up to near the signal,
Stafford,
which is green.
Stoke-on-Trent, Kidsgrove,
Yeah, it is stopping.
and Crewe. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave.
Is the steam engine stopping, or is it just going to keep going? That's the question. Because I know it doesn't stop in Stafford.
Platform 1.
Are you going to keep going, or are you going to stop? Please stop so I can shut these doors.
London North Western Railway service to
No, you're just going to keep going.
which is ready to leave.
Sorry people, I can't shut the doors. I don't know why the doors are wide open. I just know that they shouldn't be. At all. Oh well. Let's go back to this view. We go Wolverhampton, Penkridge, which is halfway between Wolverhampton and Stafford, then Stafford, and then stop at Crewe. With the doors wide open. That's just insanity. As I said, it's happened in real life where one door on a Railtour's come open. Not when there's been every single door on the one side open. I honestly don't know why they're open, because AI are meant to shut them. It's not as if I can shut them from where I am. Right, we've got the junction feather for going to the right. Off to the left is the Shrewsbury line. And we're not heading to Shrewsbury. That would make a fantastic route. International to Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury to Machynlleth, and then Aberystwyth or Pwllheli. Yes, it's a slow line, but it's all ETCS or what was the initials originally? ETRMS, European Train and Rail Management System. It's now European Train Control System. This is a nice viaduct. Let's just get to there. Have a look at the viaduct without moving to... And my laptop's struggling. Pretend to be a person photographing train going over the viaduct with the viaduct in shot. Leave it like that at the moment because that's the real time, 10:43. And then change the time of day so that the sunlight is... Ooh. That's a nice looking sunlight. But the further in the day you get... Come on. The more interesting the light is. I mean, that's quite good. A train going over a viaduct. As I've done with the last couple of videos, these screenshots will go at the end of the video, set to my AI generated incidental music, as I call it, which is available on the Suno app, because I've shared it. I asked it to create music that sounded like a train, and it's reasonably close. It's not the same as my theme song at the end. That basically describes what the channel does. Filming trains and events that happen in town. Likewise, that was created by AI. It's about the only thing I use AI for, because I don't see how using AI to generate images is better than creating them yourself. and I prefer to use my own voice in my videos rather than a computer-generated version of it. Plus, you can definitely tell this is completely random what I'm saying. There's no script. So, how can an AI impersonate or do what I'm doing? Yes, those people who are in other countries and have it set up so that they get auto-translation, you will unfortunately have AI doing the translation for you. Unfortunately, I can only speak English fluently. I can speak some Welsh, some German, and even less French. Can't speak any other languages. And it's been 27 years since I last did German. So my German is exceedingly rusty, which is why when I'm doing the German routes or the Swiss routes, I do struggle with some of the words. And Welsh is mainly because I spend a lot of time there on holiday. First holiday there was July 1988. Stayed at Blackwatch Sands. That's the first year in North Wales. We went to South Wales once before at Dale Point. But I can't remember what year that was. I just remember that it was a 2-storey house with a spiral staircase. And the other 4 or 5 years we went to a bungalow on the Norfolk coast at Scratby, not far from Great Yarmouth. We always called it the Red Bungalow because all the woodwork was red, and it had a very useful gate just across the path. There's no fence. But for some reason it stopped brothers and I from running off. We could have gone round it, we never did. That was on the road that the beach was right next to, so if we wanted to go to the beach, it was just across the road, straight on the beach. It's amazing what you can remember from childhood. As I said, 4 or 5 times we visited that and can still remember it. And then 88, 89 we started going to North Wales. Saw first steam engine with 2 funnels and was hooked on that particular railway. And my older brother has been working since 2001, initially as hired help for when carriages 15 and 16 were being restored as part of the National Lottery Heritage Fund, as it is now, or Heritage Lottery Fund it was then. First 2 bone coaches built for anywhere and they were being what's the word? Overhauled, because they were running. They were just being returned to two specific periods in history. Victorian era for 15 and Colonel Stevens era for 16. Glenn was brought on as a normal member of staff, initially only for that contract. He was retained once it was done, and then a few years later took over as carriage works supervisor. So he's now in charge of the carriage works and does most of the painting and signwriting, with a bit of help from some of the volunteers, another paid member of staff, plus his oldest daughter, who's learning the trade from him. And my laptop does not like what's loading in. Come on. I actually like the Festingham Railway so much that in 2020 I became a life member of the Railway Society. Since then I've been twice on holiday, 2021, 2023, and I've only ridden once, despite the fact that life members get free travel. It's just, I've not had a chance to go over there and ride the line. I would like to know what's causing my laptop to struggle here. Shouldn't be. We're now out in open countryside, there's less detail to load in. We should be at Penkridge Station soon. Which is the only station between Wolverhampton and Stafford. Then after Penkridge, we've got a brief blast to Stafford. This looks like it might be Penkridge, because it's a village. Yep, Penkridge Station, where the railway crosses the River Penk, strangely enough. There's a train in the station, or just leaving the station. And then we'll zoom in. Oh no, we're flying above it. That's good. Yep, there's Penkridge Village. And I get a screenshot there. Come on. I want it coming through the station. Oh, field of view to back to 50. I'd zoomed in and forgot to zoom back out. Go to there. Like that. It'll do the screenshot sound in a second. I'm going to show you the river bridge. There's the road. Somewhere down there is the school that back in... Nice church. Back in the 90s, my younger brother met up with a load of scouts from Staffordshire for a week-long trip to Kandersteg in Switzerland. There's the River Penk, which, in that direction, gets crossed by the Trent Valley line. That is a gorgeous bridge. I'm just going to get a screenshot of the viaduct without a train on it, because that is gorgeous. These things prevent the bridge from bowing. Oh, can't I go under the bridge? I've got to go over it to get another shot. It's in the shade this side. And a few miles that way, Stafford. A few miles that way, Wolverhampton. How much of the village can you actually get in shot without blurring? Or how far away from the village, from the station, can you get without the blur? Because that's an interesting looking church. I want to see. There's the graveyard. That's just a screenshot that probably won't go at the end of the video. Now that I've done that, come back here and do my favourite bit of seeing what it looks like later on in the day. Would need to be on this side, wouldn't we? To make it more interesting. That works. That gonna work. Try again. While I'm here, there's AED. Or as they call it, a defibrillator. My laptop's struggling to do the loading. Can I? Okay, the camera comes down here, but I don't... Oh, I can, because there's newspapers. You stop spinning round, camera. What's round here? English Riviera. Dovetail Games. Never guess who makes this game. I'm looking for the collectibles while I'm just paused. Any along there? Anything in here? Nope. What about down here? Ooh. You can actually use the bridge. That's cool. The Riviera line, it won't let you do that. It's actually really quite cool. Anyway, next station, Stafford. And then Crewe. So probably 3/4 of an hour left. Journey time, but longer with me pausing and looking at things. And go into... load up the map. Just see exactly how far we've got. Not that far, to be honest. There's Stafford. There's the junction. And then a long way. There's Crewe, which is where this will end upon. So I'll be moving the analog stick on the controller as I press back. This bit of the Birmingham branch is flat like this. That's why I prefer the Trent Valley line. There's more scenery in both when you're getting close to Stafford. You've got Shugborough Tunnel, which is brilliant. You've got Colwich Junction. There's actually, when the Trent Valley route comes out, you'll have Milton Keynes, Rugby with Trent Valley Junction, Nuneaton, Atherstone, Tamworth, Lichfield Trent Valley, plus Lichfield, plus the high level, so a little bit of cross-city line. You have to do a triangle run there, over the 350, as we go under a bridge. That's quite cool. You'll be able to do Lichfield Trent Valley to Stafford, to Birmingham New Street, to Lichfield Trent Valley. Not on the same train, but it would be possible to do a triangular journey. After Lichfield Trent Valley, you've got Rugeley Trent Valley, with trailing junction for the Walsall line. And Rugeley Trent Valley goes north to Stafford and to Crewe. That's a 108-mile route. That will be fun. We're on the edge of Stafford now. Starting the junction, we're starting to turn towards Trent Valley Junction, Stafford Trent Valley Junction. That's a southbound freight loop. Used for any freights that are going via Birmingham and Coventry to the south. A lot of freights use the Trent Valley line because it's more direct. And technically the Trent Valley line is the main line. It was originally built as a diversion around Birmingham as a main line diversion, while the Birmingham branch, while it was originally the main line, it was not as important in terms of traffic as the Trent Valley line. Why I always call it the Birmingham branch, not Birmingham line, or Birmingham main line. Yes, it came first, but it was not considered the main route by the LNWR. And even though at Atherstone there was a 10-mile-an-hour permanent speed restriction as the trains went over the level crossing that was removed when the bridge over the railway was built, it was still considered the main route for freight and London to Glasgow expresses. It was also the site of one of the first major rail crashes. A cattle train was being shunted off the main line at Atherstone as a southbound express came through. Southbound express hadn't been warned that there was a cattle train being shunted out of the way, and it was pre-signalling. It was basically the bobby saying, line's clear, you can go, and that was it. So quite a few wagons got killed, and the cattle drovers who were riding in the brake van did not survive. Changed quite a few rules, like permissive working being abolished and having proper line-side signals. Cattle or livestock handlers were no longer allowed to ride at the back of the train, they had to ride at the front. Ooh, there's a couple of wind turbines there. Didn't expect them to be modelled as working. Didn't notice that on the southbound one because I was concentrating on what the instructions were telling me. I do wish I could get rid of that clock and 0 AP thing up in the top corner. Unfortunately, I don't know how to. There's a Voyager. 2 Voyagers in the south. They would have used the big part of the junction. Because we're on the slow line, we get to go straight ahead at this funny junction rather than the big loop. The bit that's we go on is relatively new. 10 years this year that it was first put in. or first completed. 2016, they put a flyover junction rather than a flat junction for the Stoke line. Originally the junction left halfway around the loop. If we go into map mode, this junction here, this bit, was originally all the junction that it was. This bridge required this sorry, frog in my throat. This bridge wasn't built until 2016, and so this line here is new, relatively. Why are we doing that, camera? So we're now on the newest bit of the West Coast Main Line. Quite fun. When Trent Valley Line comes out, I wonder if they're going to include the bits where you can see HS2. Be interesting if we can. Right, we're going over the facing point here, which will have a facing point lock. But what I'm going to do is fly along the junction line. It's a 100-mile-an-hour junction, whereas previously it was restricted down to, I believe, 60 miles an hour because of it being on the level. So all this lot is new. I can't remember the name of this actual junction. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. You can see that it cut across a road which would have gone over there and now got a diversion over there. Here's the bridge. The fast lines are these two here. The old junction, I can't go any faster than this in this camera mode, but the old junction on this slightly speed restricted section of line, 105 miles an hour instead of 110 miles an hour, but the old junction was here, or is here, and Norton Bridge, there we go, Norton Bridge Junction. You don't need to tell me in the comments now what the name of the junction is, because I found it. But originally, that was the only way trains to Stafford could go. And I can't go any further. It won't let me. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. Central Drive, Cosley, TSC, mileage 9 miles, 240 yards. Those are the works points. Up Stourbridge, down Stourbridge. So there's 3 down lines there and 1 up, according to that. I think that's a bit wrong. Interesting that these signs are actually... That's better. Up slow, down fast, up fast. That one's better. Shows the correct place, because that one is the one for Cosley, rather than Norton Bridge. Yeah, that's the Cosley one. Okay. Funny thing about this, despite being relatively close to Birmingham, from Wolverhampton, signalling switched to Stafford. The signalling at Crewe is controlled by Stafford. There's the Stoke branch. I have actually been over that, as well as going under it. Strangely, because I've been to both Stoke and Manchester via that route. It's quite a long junction if you think about it, because you've got the bit over here where it's in the new cutting. There's the road. Oh no, that's the railway. Looked like a road for a second, but there's the line. There's a signal gantry on the up and down fast and down slow. And up and down fast and up slow, because this is the down slow. Down is away from London. And I seriously hope that that music that someone's playing from their car is not being picked up by my microphone. Because it'd be really annoying if I got a copyright strike because of someone being an idiot. There's a GSMR. Mast. Signalling mast. Oh, my train's disappeared there. Go back to that. Go over now on the junction. We're heading to... This is... Last time I went up this, didn't go on this part because we went on the fast line, but it looked a bit raw. It doesn't look this green yet. It's an interesting thing. They could have changed it slightly. Had the main lines carry straight on, and then no, it wouldn't have worked. They wanted to speed the junction up, not... Never mind, I was thinking something and it wouldn't work. having the lines, the Stoke line, go off to the left on the down direction, then climb up and go over while straightening that loop out. With Pendolinos it wouldn't really make much difference in terms of speed, because they can do 125 round that bend because of the tilt. It's not as if the 5 mile an hour difference for the 350s is noticeable, really. Non-tilted trains are limited to 110, tilting trains 125. Along most of the route. There are bits where there's lower speed limits, like through Atherstone Station. Be interesting when Trent Valley Line comes out to actually see what speed restriction on the fast line is, because I've got videos where steam engines coming through at 60 miles an hour, or just under 60 miles an hour, and the Pendolinos running parallel to it at about the same speed. I've had someone turn round and say that it's 140 mile an hour through the station for the high speed tilting trains. No, it's not. It can't be. Not with the bends either end of the station. Even if they're doing even 110 mile an hour is too fast. As I said, it'll be interesting when that route comes out to see what the speed limits along the entire Trent Valley line are. It will make an interesting video, just looking at speed limits. Anyway, we'll soon be at Crewe, which is the end of this journey. And it's not gone too badly, apart from the doors being wide open all the way, which I didn't notice. When you're doing the driving, it doesn't let you pull off if the doors are open. Obviously when an AI is doing it, it does. If anyone from Dovetail are watching this, that's a bug that could do with being fixed. Because you can't close the doors when the train's in motion. So I couldn't go along and manually close the doors. Which is a bit of a shame. I don't know how they opened, or why. They'd opened when we were sitting at New Street waiting for the signal. And it's been, what? about 60 miles, maybe longer, for this route. So it's quite a journey with the doors wide open. It's a good job the non-player characters, NPCs, AI characters, whatever, don't get up and walk around in the train, because you'd have them falling out. You really don't want to be falling out of the train at nearly 75 miles an hour. Not sure that Jubilee can do 75 miles an hour on the main line. I think it's 70 that they're limited to. Though I'm not sure what is actually scripted into this service. This is using timetable mode, so it'll be whatever the code allows. There used to be a trailing junction from Stoke there. Hence the crossover. Don't know how much longer it is until we get to Crewe. Start slowing down before we do. Going past a village. So we'll probably come to a point where there used to be a station. Those are noticeable because the track, the two inner lines separate slightly, because they would have had island platforms, and in those days the slow lines would have been the inner two, rather than as they are now for this section where the slow lines are on the side we're on and the fast lines on the right hand side in our direction. Demonstrated by that Pendolino on the up fast. Surprised we haven't been passed by a fast in going north. I mean, I tried the southbound special service with certain 98872. That's its tops number. 98872. If anyone knows that, they know which one I'm on about. There is the chance to drive it. I wanted to ride behind it from Crewe to Birmingham, but for some reason it wouldn't load in. Other services did, but that one didn't. I will try and get it to load in for a future video, because it's the famous engine, and it'd be nice to have a video where I'm just riding behind it. Hopefully without the doors opening and staying open. but I don't know why it didn't load. I was recording, and I've done a test to try and get the timing so that I knew what time to get to load in for me being at the station, but it just did not want to load in. So I'll find out why it didn't load and end up I have to drive it. It'll be interesting to do that because it's actually got two services on the timetable, a southbound and then later in the day a northbound, so don't mind doing that. Southbound starts at Barrow-in-Furness, goes down to Birmingham Euston, and northbound does the reverse. Nearly at Crewe, that's Crewe South, over junction. Soon be time to jump out of the train and get to the head. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, ooh, I've been moved over. I was over there. Weird. Moved me. Don't know what's done that. Anyway, I am going up to the front of the train for a very good reason. Trying not to fall out. That would not be good. Yes, my in-game character can't get injured, but what I want is to be able to get to the front. I can see the doors. And jump out when we get to Crewe Station. Now we're into the break third. There's a few trains loading in. Now what I'm going to do, seeing as I can just hold off a second, is see where we are. Oh look, it's Crewe Train Care. And we're definitely going slower. There's a lot of track around here. I mean, over the other side of those trees is Crewe Hall. The freight marshalling yard, as they're now known. Or goods yard. To give it a more traditional name. Still got a lot of coal in the tender. Probably not a lot of water. In real life, they would stop in platform 12 and be filled with water. Because it's quite a distance between here and Liverpool Lime Street, where the service is meant to be going. Actually, Spirit of Steam is Crewe to Liverpool. Might. If they had water at Rugby, then they'd need water. Probably. Yeah. I'm trying to work out. When we get steam locos through Atherstone that have to stop for water, they usually come from Carnforth. Because if they're going from Crewe, they stop at Rugby for water. I don't know. It'd be an interesting thing to have modelled in this game. The ability to stop at a station, a particular station, with a tanker spawned in to refill the tender with water. Virtually refill the tender with water. Oh, we're speeding up again. There's Locomotive Services base on the left. Crewe South signal box. Which side are we going? Which platform? Should, by my reckoning, be platform 12. Looks like it. It is. I'm going into platform 12, which is where they can get a tanker to be able to load up. There's a few trains in. There's a Northern Class 323, Pendolino, the Trent Valley Class 350. Anything down 11? No. Nothing down platform 11. And I will get a screenshot once we've arrived properly of the Railtour sitting in platform 12. I honestly don't know how many screenshots I've done on this particular video. I do know how many I took when I was doing the train spotting video. 140. Which is quite a crazy amount, really. Nearly come to a stop. Go around that side of the signal so I can see when we have stopped. And then I can get screenshot. Go into photo mode. Like so. Get a photo like that. That should do the screenshot sound. Let's look at what it will look like at dawn. That's a bit too dark, I think. Oh no, that's actually quite good. Makes the brass stand out more. I don't want 6 AM, I want 7, so I need to go like that. Yeah, that works. And then do an evening. Shadows on the boiler look gorgeous like that. This game does look amazing. At times. And then evening sunlight. Let's see what it looks like even later. With the loco just... not good for a screenshot. Or not good for thumbnail, but... I just want to see what it looks like. Midnight. Yeah, wouldn't happen in real life. Right. Now what I need to do is... other side. Hop out. Why don't you let me out? Is the door shut? Why am I not able to get out through the door? I can jump out that side. And do that. Wouldn't let me get out. Which is a bit annoying. But what I'm going to do is... Where's the signal? It's currently red. I'm going to wait for it to go. Do my... what I do in real... Ooh, there's a robot. I found a robot. And I've already bipped it. Didn't realise that. Yeah, go from here. Because I've got the rest of the station in shot. And video it. Pretend to video it leaving. I'd love to go up to Crewe to video Steam. How close is the... Just trying to think. Is there... Right, I'm gonna go into photo mode so I don't miss that leave. I want to see if there's road access by that platform. There's an old platform here. Ooh, interesting. Didn't know there was this. It's an abandoned platform. Interesting. Didn't know that was there. And you could go into there, maybe. I don't know where they'd put a water tanker. If they needed to water there. I've done that one. Ooh, there's one I've missed. No, I haven't. It's got a toy in it. Because you wouldn't have the pipes going that way, because it would be dangerous. Especially with an engine this far forward. Only other thing I can think of is take it off and put it in siding while I put water in, but that's complicated. Is there any other trains in? That's the Chester Bay. That's gone. And the Northern service? Not gone. Ooh. I've done that. Defibrillator. 323223. Lots of threes and twos. And then there's the Trent Valley service. Because that'll be, yeah, 11:33 London Euston via Stafford, Rugeley Trent Valley, Lichfield Trent Valley, Tamworth, Atherstone. Why can't I go through there? Nuneaton, Rugby, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. Right, go there. I can still see the signal. And still see if any trains come into shot. Oh, doors are shutting. This time. You're gonna move? You've got a red signal still, but you've shut the doors. Here we go. South Australia is now on its way. Next stop, Liverpool. Green signal, so it doesn't need to worry about the doors reopening. They're actually shut this time. And should have 10 Mark 1s. A little bit of stuttering, so something's loading in. There's the first class, first class, first class, and finally, first class. And the back of the train. The lamp's gone. They're taking the lamp off. Naughty. So, now that we're at Crewe, we'll have to leave. I'm not going to finish the video on the platform. That'd just be wrong. What I'm going to do is go to the steps, over the bridge, Liverpool one's there's Liverpool service Northern Rail platform 1, that leaves in 10 seconds. Euston service, those are all platform 1 services. Okay, we'll go through here and we'll go thank you, and stand and look at the station. Isn't it a pretty station building? Okay, why are you stopping? Ah! What on earth happened there? I just fell through the... Try that again, shall we? I honestly don't know how that happened. Who is it? 350. All I wanted to do was look at the station and get away from that car. I did not want to fall through the wall. Let's go back over here. Back over the crossing. How fast? Right. There's better. Oh, you can... If I move it... Are you going to move now? Thank you. Don't know why the car suddenly stopped when I'm nowhere near it. Anyway. That's Birmingham to Crewe behind a steam engine. On Train Sim World 6. The sun's still in the sky. It's nearly 20 past 11. That's over an hour. With a few screenshots, which will play as soon as I've done the outro. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's another different video. I'm trying to think of new things to do, just to make it a bit different. This one... Okay, someone just teleported in. This one's another experimental video where I'm not doing driving, I'm just riding as a passenger and talking. Doing a lot. Will you go forward? The only way they'll move is if I walk as far down here as I can. Nice car. You came across past. Let's just go over here and look this way. The cars will keep going then. I don't understand this game at times. Anyway, I'm trying to find formats that are different. So these riding along videos, falling through the floor when that shouldn't have been. That's weird. What happens if I move forward now? I can't. Okay. Now I'm on the platform again. Okay. The collision meshing is not there. I won't do that again. I want it to be out of the station, not in the station. Even the turnstiles don't have collision. I'll go and stand in this corner without going through the wall and finish the outro. Right. I am trying to find different styles of videos, see what's popular, what's not. The train spotting one, time of watching, let's have a look. Load up YouTube on my phone. Time of watching, 29 views. Or time of recording, 29 views. The dispatcher one, previous video, 12 views. So, I enjoyed it. It just seems that it hasn't been as popular to watch. Even though it does actually do quite a bit. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It is quite interesting what that mode does. It's one that I do hope that Train Sim World 7 has as a core feature. Dispatcher mode on the various routes. Even future routes on Train Sim World 6 could possibly have it. It'd be brilliant if it was on Trent Valley, because Milton Keynes, Rugby, Crewe, Stafford, Nuneaton, they're all, and Tamworth, they all have station staff. So being able to do dispatcher work on those lines, or those stations, would be great. I almost think this game's turned into Star Trek. People just suddenly appear and drop. Or Blake 7. Though they don't have the outline before they appear. Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Dispatcher work I would love to have as a regular feature in the game. I enjoyed it. I'll put a card up, or a link on the top for you to click on to go and see it, but that'll be towards the end after all the screenshots. Talking of which, enjoy the screenshots with the music, and until the next video, be seeing you.
Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors at Christmas.
Warbler Productions.